in our guest analyst, Oliver Slope from Blue Line Futures in Chicago. Oliver, anything to say about livestock?
Well, live cattle just kind of treading water here, trading sideways. We're basically right at the prices that we were at when we started this month for the April contract. That's right around 147. And this if you're bullish, I think this is probably a little bit discouraging. We've seen the cash market rally a little bit here over the last couple of weeks. It bumped up to 142 here this week, but the futures really aren't able to rally because they're still at a little bit of a premium. So the inability to rally on what would be and should be relatively friendly news is a little bit of a caution flag in the near term. So we're looking for a little bit more downside action in this live cattle market, but we're still range bound. So we need to break below the low end of that recent range, which comes in closer to 145. A break and close below there potentially takes us back down into the lower 140 area. Now, as far as the feeder cattle go, same type of deal. We're up here at the top end of the range. From a risk-reward trade, we like selling the top end of the range. A breakout and close above, you take your medicine and move on. But I wouldn't be surprised to see these prices retreat here going forward, get back down towards that low 160 area. I think that's where you're going to see value in that March contract.
All right. Now, well, last question I'll go with is, you walk through those meat counters, and if it's there, you buy it because you're worried about it not being there tomorrow. How high do we go before we actually start to get, proper pushback from the consumer and start to turn their noses at it because it's too expensive?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. I know from my personal experience that that's already started to happen, whether it be going out to restaurants or going to the grocery stores. You're starting to curb some of that demand, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that become a bigger issue over the last several months. That hasn't been the case. The consumer has been very strong, but I think we're approaching that point where you do start to see some demand destruction with these higher prices that we're seeing, not just at the meat counter, but everything across the board, taking away that discretionary income.
All righty. Great stuff. Oliver Slope, Blue Line Futures in Chicago. Thanks for being on the show today. Bring it back here to Nashville so I can toss it over to Tammy.